Major Erik Gonsalves, my call sign Speedy. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm an A-10 pilot with the 25th Fighter Squadron working at the 51st Operations Group at Osan Air Base. So June 23rd, 2017, flying a Thunderbird familiarization flight with one of my crew chiefs at Dayton International Airport. And upon landing, had a mishap where the aircraft departed the prepared surface. And when that happened, the canopy rail came off of the jet. My body got jostled around pretty bad to whereas the canopy was kind of pressed up against my side, and my left leg was flung out into the air just above like the boot line. So that was all exposed, and I couldn't feel that at all. My right leg was crushed by the glare shield, so I felt the pressure there. Was initially stuck there for a few minutes until the Dayton crash rescue folks and some of the guys from the Thunderbirds maintenance team showed up and started working to get us out, to get us safe. It took them about 90 minutes to get me out. Like, I owe my life to the team that was there. They were really the ones that saved me. They risked their own lives by crawling up into the jet with a live ejection seat that we didn't know if it was going to go off or not. So I knew I was going to have a road to recovery from a physical perspective. You know, I knew that in order to be able to fly again, I had to meet certain criteria for the orthopedic surgeon, for the flight surgeon to clear me back to fly. I knew that was going to take time because bones take time to heal. So there were certain gates I had to reach physically when I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready to tackle those. I got my plan, I got my PT, I'm ready to go. When it came to the mental part of it, I've been a pretty positive person, pretty, half full, optimistic kind of guy. But the more I was alone in the hospital room and was not being able to perform physically where I wanted to be at a certain time frame, I started getting into these dark thoughts about, my coming back and, how I was a terrible pilot and is the way people are going to think of me, and that's probably what they're talking about right now, and all these things that weren't true at all. But I had put so much emphasis of my personal well-being into my career that when I made a mistake in my career, I looked at it as a fault on my character, which are two completely separate things. So when I was in the hospital at Nellis, one of the mental health providers came by, just introduced himself. He's like, I've been around fighter pilots. I know that you guys think there's a stigma, but I'd love to talk to you if you ever want to. Didn't put any pressure on me, and I was like, actually, I'd love to, because I'm struggling with nightmares, I'm struggling with some of these just unhealthy thoughts, and can we talk? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. So he came out of the hospital a couple times while I was there, and we just chatted. And he gave me some coping mechanisms, some techniques, some ways to make your mind think. I was a little skeptical at first, and I was like, wow, this actually works. The little victories for me was, hey, I didn't really think about that much today. Maybe only 2 times or 3 times versus the 5 or 6 a day prior. And then when I would think it, I would stop it, and I would channelize it into something else. And then the next day was less, and the next day was less, and the nightmares stopped, right? And then I was like, wow, that's another victory for me. I'm not having nightmares anymore, I'm comfortable with what happened. I'm comfortable with who I am, and I'm getting better mentally as well. If I had to pick one message overall, that would be it. It's like, if you are struggling with something, the help is out there. You need to get it. And don't think that you can do everything on your own, because I did, and I couldn't.